Hi, my name is Ariaa, and this is Ariaaisms, spiritual food for the soul. Today I'd like to talk to you about something that's probably out of your comfort zone because it's a little extraordinary. Over the years, the past 20 years in fact, I've practiced metaphysics and moving mountains in other people's lives and in my own life. I've practiced alchemies that have been handed down by sages and masters for eons. And yet, they're rather extraordinary to implement in times of crisis. Many people simply forget the moment they get into a panic mode that they can move the mountain if they stay calm and serene. Well, I want to give you a little story, an example of this kind of alchemy. The other day, I was using a photo editing program to load my Ariaa quotes, to type whatever the quote was, and I've loaded thousands of pictures over the years on my computer, and you click on edit a photo and you scroll through your own picture files and you look for a picture that's, appropriate for the quote. Well, I found a picture that I had not used. I looked at this picture and I thought, wow, that's a gorgeous picture and it's perfect for the quote I wanted to post, which was about intuition and polishing your intuition. So I thought about clicking on it, and I thought, no, it's a little bit too provocative. It's a little early in the morning. It might shock or startle a few people. So instead, I scrolled down 4 or 5 rows down below it, and I found a picture of a lovely lady, looking up in a gaze, her hands folded in prayer. And I thought, okay, I'll use that picture. I clicked on that picture to load, and the other picture loaded. The first one I had looked at, the provocative one. I sat back and I knew instantly I had gazed upon it too long. For 20 years I've raised my light to where obviously I have a lot of it showing. And when you get to this level of consciousness, you don't get away with anything. If you think the thought, it's done. It's done. And though most of you may not be there yet, you may not be meditating every day like I've done 3 or 4 times a day for 20 years, but I know that you can create because you're aware of the laws of attraction. And many of you give lip service to the laws of attraction. And yet you don't implement it to the full extent of the word attraction. When that photograph loaded, in an instant I knew I had lingered too long, and my intent was all over the image. Thus, the image loaded. I went ahead and used that picture for my Ariaa quotes. Recently my friends and I began to have a lot of dreams, and the dreams were telling us that I was about to leave the earth. They were all death dreams, and I mean very distinct, very specific dreams that I was about to leave. And, I'm okay with that. If it's my time, it's my time. I don't have any qualms about it or fears about death. I really embrace it because I know what's on the other side. I've already died once in this lifetime, so I know what's on the other side. And I know how wonderful that world is as well. But I kind of felt like after 20 years of amassing all of this, angelic light, if you will, that maybe I should stick around long enough to help a lot more people with it. I just didn't feel my work was done. So my colleagues and my friends and all of us, we went to Hawaii, we were praying about it, and we were saying, come on, let her stay, let me use this light, to help a lot of people and to continue on. And we got to Hawaii and we were like on death watch every day. Was I going to drown? Was the plane going down? And by the way, a lot of things did happen that came very close. But my point to this is that when you spend your energy literally amassing it, you can move mountains. And now being so cognizant, just like that picture loading, because I thought about it for nanoseconds, and it loaded instead of the other. I'm now cognizant that everywhere I go, I have a responsibility, a huge responsibility, to use this energy, this love, this light, to transform others. You do too. Now, you may not have beams and halos coming off of you yet, but you will if you stay diligent. You will if you keep meditating. You will if you send love every day. You will if you'll heal your own emotional baggage. You see, it's like an onion, and you're peeling away the layers of inertia that you've amassed. And you're healing and getting right down to that pure core of beautiful, pure essence, which is love. That's the God within. So, yesterday we were at the zoo and I was so in my zone. I love animals with every ounce of my being, with a passion, with a joy that is unequaled and unparalleled. And we were there, and everywhere I looked, and I always believe the universe places them in my path, you know. Everywhere I looked, someone was in a wheelchair, or there was a severely handicapped child, or an elderly walking with 2 canes, or a crippled person. Everywhere I looked, I saw need. Even the tiger at the zoo was pacing, and I started sending love and calmness. As I passed the crippled people, as I passed the elderly, sending love and healing light. Now, does that make me a saint? No. It makes me a conscientious human being who's not just wandering the earth aimlessly, but is creating a life of purpose every moment of every day. I urge you to do the same. Use who you are, what you are, and the light that you are comprised of to make a difference in the world. For every soul you pray for, every stranger you pray for, every stranger you send love and light to, every stranger you pass is a part of the innate fabric of us all, and we are all one, comprised of light and love. Use it. Become the instrument. Become the vessel, and more light and love will flow through you. I know it sounds cliche. I know sometimes you think, well, I'm just too busy, Ariaa. I'm too busy in my day to send light and love to people. I beg to differ with you. It takes nanoseconds to do. If you'd like to know more about how to become the vessel of light, how to become a useful tool that also returns you beautiful karma, get in touch with me. My name is Ariaa Jaeger, and you can find me at ariaa.com. That's ARIAA.com, or most days on Facebook and Twitter. Be sure to use your heart, your soul, your passion, your all to love out loud. God bless. Take care of each other.